Lori here. Tonight we're going to be doing a rooster wreath. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And it is a Facebook Live. So, you know, I tape over my Facebook Lives and I will keep my conversation as little as possible. I want you to have a great version to watch that doesn't have any interference because of reception. So I always overtape them. So I'm going to put the camera down. In just a minute we'll get started. Hi! How's everybody doing? How are you doing? So I have guests tonight. You see these people behind me?
Yankees from the north.
So this is my cousin Jeff and this is my sister Deb. So they came and they're going to hang out with us tonight. So I thought that would be fun. Y'all doing okay?
And we have enjoyed this South Carolina barbecue all day.
That's right. They went and had South Carolina barbecue today. All right. Oh, hi John. There's my hubby. All right, so tonight we're going to do, we're going to do this tonight. This is our rooster. Remember I showed y'all this? Okay, we're going to use the black and white basket weave and the yellow and white basket weave. And we're going to use, you can go get a chair. We're going to use this red, the splatter mesh that comes from AC Moore. So we're going to use some of that too. All right, so I'm going to scroll down. We'll get started. Okay. So, of course, I already have a bunch cut, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to use the yellow 15-inch work wreath. Our little rooster is metal, so we're going to use him. So, we'll put him back here. Bella, you want to come up? I cut these at 20 inches. Now the rolls that come from AC Moore, they only have like 5 yards on them, so we won't be able to use as much, but I think all we need is just a little bit of splash of red. So we'll do that. You want to come up, Bella? Come on. No. She's not used to people on her couch.
Uh-oh. Are we squeezing you out?
No, she's fine. She's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the Poof curl. Hey, Tina. So, since I'm using 2 colors, I'm going to roll them out together. So I just match them up like this. Put something heavy on it. All right. We're going to cut it every 10 inches. Oh, thank you. All right. Are you getting kisses back there?
Oh, I want your cutter. That's so great.
I'll send you home with one. Okay. So let's see. So I've already cut a bunch of them. And we're going to alternate the colors is what we're going to do. So put these up with me. All right. So we're ready. You're okay, Bella. So if you haven't seen this method before, this is a really great method to do. So I'm just going to open up all my ties so I don't have to do it while I'm working. You okay, Bella? Oh, Mari's here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we take our 10-inch mesh that we cut. Now I'm doing the basket weave, so see this has, it's almost like you can see right through it. See, it kind of looks like a little basket pattern. And so what you do is you just lightly roll it from the ends like this. Almost like you're making a sausage. And then you're going to take it on the ends and make your little curl about 3 or 4 inches. And then you just go, you're going to go in 2 ties. So one goes in one side, and you just tie it down. And the other goes in the other side. See, aren't you learning stuff?
I'm overwhelmed.
And then you end up with this poof in the middle, and you just pull it apart like this. See, and then you end up with a poof, and you have 2 of the curls. Alright, so then we'll do the same thing with the yellow. So you just roll it up. You don't want to do it tightly because you're going to have a hard time pulling out the poof if you do. You always want to make sure that this piece that's open is on the bottom. Otherwise you're going to have a lot of trouble. So you're going to go back into one of your ties. Put this curl down right on top. Tie it down one time. And then go to the next one. So on the bottom you're going to end up with 2 curls in every tie. And then you just pull out your poof. You want to keep your ends tucked under because you cut it. That'll help hide any frays you have. So, let me turn it so you can see.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it fine.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we'll just keep going. So same thing, we just put it down, tie it off, go to the next one, tie it off, and then pull out. Poof. You see that? What about the rooster? Look how cute that's going to be with that rooster. I like that. I think that's going to be cute. So I just keep doing the same thing. Roll loosely. Open the tie up, put it down. Alright. There we go. So when you do this, what you have to do is you have to cut 10 for the bottom, and you want to cut 16 for the top, because what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to go around the bottom once, and we're going to go around the top twice, because you'll be able to see your frame if you don't. So it gets hot in here.
Never hot.
Oh, well, you'll be good then.
Why did
I'm
you
hot.
do
That
2
one
yellows
matches your
now?
shirt nearly.
It does.
I know. And that
It
happens
gets
a
lost
lot.
in the background.
You wore a corresponding outfit.
I did.
You did.
I didn't mean to.
Well, it's good though, I think.
Okay. Alright. Alright, so if you're trying this for the first time and you have trouble, my suggestion is to cut these at 12 inches instead of 10 inches. And it helps you kind of learn the method a little bit easier. So if you've tried it and you struggled, try it again and do it with 12 inches. It makes it a little bit easier to pull out the poof.
True.
Yeah, it does.
That's true.
You can even go all the way up to 15 inches, so if you need to, that works too.
Yeah. I used to do mine at 11 or 12.
And this basket weave frays a little bit, but don't worry about it. If you keep it tucked under, nobody's going to see that. So, and it looks cute. sassy. We have both buck dogs in here right now. Okay. So you see, this is the yellow. You see how much thicker that is? It's pretty thick. And these are pretty easy to curl. So.
That dog jealous.
Bella doesn't like it when Sassy's up here without her.
Well, come on, Bella.
Okay. So I'm almost done with the bottom, and then we'll go to the top. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the top that we do on the bottom. So I like to go through and just open my ties because it just makes it a little easier. That's a strange one. Oh, there it is. Whoop. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Thought I was missing a tie there for a second. Okay. So when I start on the top, I try to make it just slightly off from the last one so that my colors aren't right on top of each other. But it's kind of difficult. At some point your colors will go right on top of each other because the top, of course, is a lot smaller. Look how small his face is.
Yeah.
But that's okay because you're going to put another layer on it. So it's not going to be a big deal. Okay. Top goes a little faster because there's only 8 ties on it. Alright. Who are you laughing at?
Jeff's daughter.
Oh. That's funny.
She's watching.
Rachel's tuning in.
I know, I
And
saw.
Has never seen a wreath being made, nor have I.
Oh. Well, you will after today. All right.
Just thank you.
So we're almost done with the first layer, and then we can start on the second one. Okay. There we go. Let's see, we got 2 more.
Laura, what kind of dog is this?
She is a Schnauzer Shih Tzu mix, I think. We think.
Schnauzer Schnitzu?
I don't know. She's a small dog.
She's a little bit.
She's a rescue dog.
She's bigger than my little 10-pounder.
She's got a big attitude.
She does. That's why we call her Sassy.
Good name.
Okay, so we got the last one here. And then we're going to add another layer on. Okay. Alright, so once you get the first layer on, you could stop, but as you can see, you can kind of see, whoops, this tie came loose. You can kind of see the frame. I'll show you. So you see right in here, you can kind of see the frame. So that's why we do a second layer. So when you're going to do your second layer, all you do is same thing, just roll it up loosely. And then when you go put it down, you're going to put it down right on top of the one that's there. You kind of push it down, then open your tie, and put this down on top of it. So on the top you'll have 4 curls in each tie, and on the bottom you'll have 2. She's probably telling them to do ducks or roosters or something. Alright, so you see now that looks, you can't really see the frame now. So if you start working on the top and you get lost, just count how many curls you have, and then you'll know if you've done that one or not. Okay. So just push it down. Yeah, that's what it came across
Yeah,
as.
that's her.
Yeah. Kate is.
Oh, my wife is watching.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Nita. Hi,
Hi, Nita.
'Cause by marriage.
Yes, those are my cousins. All right. We were having a small little family reunion this weekend. It was fun. Okay. If you have any questions and I don't see them come across, if you'll stay till the end, I will, after I'm done, I will answer questions that you have. Oh, we're going to have to cut some more. Okay. It doesn't get quiet on there.
intrude here and say hi to my wife.
Of course.
Hi to my wife and daughter.
Of course. So you see when we put this third layer on, what happens is it starts moving towards the middle. You see? So then it really fills in the sides. So let's see how many we have left. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, so we need to cut 3. Alright. So we're still going to cut them at 10 inches.
And your able-bodied assistant here is going to help.
Ooh. I never have an assistant. That's awesome. See, there it is. Alright, let's see, we're at 24. Okay. Just thank you. All right. Here we go. Quick and easy. Thank you. All right. I can see the comments. Got your phone on?
Yep, finally stand.
Alright, so we just have a couple left, and then I can show you the ribbons. Alright. Oh, that's why there were some on the ground.
Ah.
I was wondering why. That's okay. We'll use it on another one. So one of the great things about this method is if you don't have an entire roll of mesh, you can use up several rolls of mesh by putting the colors together. So it's another great way to use up excess mesh. And if you're using full rolls, you should be able to get several wreaths out of it. I think that's it. Is that it? Yep. Yep. Okay, I think we got them all on.
How do you know that's it? By count?
I'm just looking. So I just go through and look and make sure there's 3 on each one.
That's 3
See,
layers,
1,
right?
2, 3.
1,
Yep.
2, 3. Yep.
Alright, so we got the basic part done. So, now I can show you the ribbons we're going to use.
Someone asked who went to Kent State. Your cousin Jeff went to Kent State.
Yes, this is my cousin.
1979. KSU. Proud KSU grad, 1979.
And I'll give my plug for the University of Georgia.
What?
Yeah,
They play,
1978.
do they play football in Georgia?
They do, a little bit.
A little bit. Alright. Okay, so we have a black and white checkered ribbon with a little burlap in it. Then we have the red and white. And don't be afraid to mix patterns. That is totally okay. This is a yellow and black check. Red and black check. And then we have another yellow with the... they go by fast. With the little burlap color. So I did cut the ribbons at 14 inches. And you know, if you haven't seen me before, I like to use just a piece of cardboard I have cut at 7 inches. And that way I can just take my ribbon and I can wrap it. I can actually do a whole bunch at one time. So just like this. That. I have the top notched, so that way when I get to the top I know where to cut. And you can cut several at one time. Then I like to fold them over, cut away from me to make that nice little dovetail. Alright, so I've got the ribbons cut already. It goes faster than you think.
That's quick.
So we will get our ribbons put on. So you see I have the yellow and the black. I don't have any red on here. So we're going to add our red in with a splash. And the reason we're doing that is because you see he has a lot of red on him. So we want him to stand out. And to get him to stand out, we don't want to use a whole bunch of red because he will blend in. So we have a lot of white and black and yellow and white, and that way he'll stand out. Alright, so what I do with the ribbons is I just fold them in half, pinch it like this. Here, you can probably see it better if we close this.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
There we go. Okay, so we just open up our tie, back up, and of course you can do this with work wreath you made yourself. Okay, and I'm going to tie it off 3 times now, and then I'm going to spread my ribbons out. So on the bottom I like to spread my ribbons out with them all going in this direction. And the reason I do that is because if you try to do the cross when you're doing it this way, they get kind of pushed over by the top. So you just get a better, you get your ribbon to stay in place better if you do it that way. For me, anyways. Alright, so we'll just keep going. We are going to put one in every tie. Okay. It's always delayed.
Yeah, that's why I turned it down.
Yeah. Okay.
That's Georgia Tech colors, Mary's Georgia colors.
It is. Okay. So if you don't want to open your ties back up to put your ribbons in, you don't have to. But when you put your ribbons in, if you're done, you want to tie it a good 3 times so it won't come loose. Because with this method, it can get pretty thick and it will pop it open if you don't have it secured pretty well. So, okay. Hi, Sassy. Sassy just wants to be in the video today.
Bella's pouting by the window.
I know, poor Bella.
Australia.
Yeah.
Australia?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do have some from Australia.
Nice.
In Canada.
Where does it say where you're from?
They usually say. Alright. So you see how that red really pops off of there, because we don't have a whole lot we're going to put in, but it really pops because it's pulling off of that yellow and black. It only goes for so long and then it cuts off. Okay.
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 Where did that rooster come from?
Rooster came from Sims Pottery.
Sims Pottery.
Yeah.
Where are they based?
Sims Pottery is in Georgia and North Carolina.
Sims.
Yeah.
Sims Pottery.
Sims Pottery.
A lot of people are asking about that.
It's one's in Atlanta.
There's
And then
one
the
in
other
Gilesville, Georgia, and there's another one in Graham, North Carolina. But you do have to have a retail license in order to shop there, because they are a wholesaler. But I did get extras, so.
I like those Kent State comments I'm seeing.
Oh, are you seeing Kent State comments? Awesome. So see on the top, I like to do like the cross.
Do the cross.
The
Do your
X.
ends tighter too, like it's more pronounced curve at the end. Is that what
Yeah.
you're doing?
So if you want them to really stand up, you just put your fingers and do like that. Make them kind of curl. That kind of helps keep them in place a little bit, like that.
What do you do to rebellious ribbon? Someone's saying the ribbon is always rebellious.
So first you need to make sure that you're using wired ribbon. It's really difficult to use the other kind. You can try spray starch to make it stiffer, but of course you have to spray every one and then you have to wait for it to dry before you can use it. But if you have wired ribbon, you know, first of all, don't be afraid to pull on it. It's not going to hurt the ribbon. And just use your hands and manipulate it. It's not going to hurt it. Like that. So you see, since it's wired, we can just kind of bend it any way we want. If it's unwired, you have to put it in there really tight, and it's difficult to do certain things with it, but you can try the starch trick. I don't do that just because it's really time consuming, but it does work.
I know, I saw that. She does too. It's really good.
Yes, they're over here having some wine, and my diet doesn't allow wine, so.
Mine does.
Another day.
Another day. In a few months. Okay. So when I do this, I cut all my ribbons up first, and then I go ahead and stack them together, so that I don't have to spend time trying to grab two to put them on.
What kind of pattern did you do there? Do you have like certain ribbons that you do in a row, or is it just like a...
There's really no pattern. I just try to...
A random mix?
Yeah, it's a random mix.
By eye.
So I have the red, and I have the yellow, and I have the black. So I just try to keep them so that I have a good mix of colors.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really follow a pattern.
Gotcha.
So Just makes it a little easier. If you don't, you can just randomize it. But you can follow pattern too. You could even just do 2 ribbons and, yep. Okay, and we did tie it off 3 times. Because even if we put something in there, it's better just to go ahead and tie it off. Because after you get the mesh in there, and then after you get the ribbons in there, it gets pretty thick, and it would easily pop open, and then you'd have to redo that section. So you don't want to have to do that.
So it's really full now. Look how full it is.
Yeah, so you see how much fuller it is once we get the ribbons on it. And you can see the little bit of red. And what that does is it ties in. See, now it's the perfect base for our rooster.
It's so cute.
You name him? Maybe,
Do you want to name him?
I
He
think you
needs
should
a
ask
name.
for suggestions out
Okay.
there for what you should name
What
the
would
rooster.
y'all like to name our rooster? Would you like to name the rooster?
Best name wins. Rooster in the middle.
Okay.
Rocco?
Rocco.
Rocco's mine. I get Rocco. No one else gets Rocco.
Okay, so I also have some of this mesh from AC Moore, and I thought we would try some of this in here and see how it looks. So these rolls only come in 5 yards. So I just cut what I had in the 5 yards at 20 inches. And we're just gonna ruffle it. So when you ruffle it, you know, you just want to lay it flat and just run your fingers up the center. Now, if you have trouble with ruffles, you will not have trouble with ruffles with this, because it's like tulle. It's like a mix between tulle and Deco mesh, so it's really easy to do.
It's like folding napkins. We used to fold napkins like that, make them pretty.
Exactly.
I vote Riley. My name is Riley for the rooster.
Okay, Riley the rooster. We have 1 vote for Riley the rooster.
Rocco's taken. Riley's taken.
Okay, so what I'll do is I will set this down right on top of my ribbon and then just tie it in, and we'll just have a little splash of red like that. So we won't want it to be too big because we don't want to cover up our pretty ribbons. But we'll just put it maybe, we'll see how it works every other.
Claire, that's where
Okay? And you don't have to do 20 inch. You could do like 10 inch of this.
Foghorn Leghorn. We're getting
Foghorn Leghorn.
people are chiming in.
Yeah, Foghorn Leghorn.
I like that one.
Rowdy.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Booster the rooster.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
relish too.
Doodle coo.
Doodle do.
Doodle.
Okay, so
Roscoe.
this just adds in a little splash of the red.
They're great. So inventive. I like it.
We don't want to do too much of it because we want our rooster to really stand out. So, oh, and I did see this rooster at Craft Outlet because I checked earlier, so you can go at Craft Outlet and get one of these. I think we'll be doing a, what's funny? We'll be doing
Fried.
a great,
Someone said fried
awesome.
rooster.
that's funny. We'll be doing a grapevine wreath with one of these too, because I think that's fun. Alright. So I think we have enough on the top. So we have 3 points on the top. We made our little triangle. So we'll just leave that as it is on the top. We'll put a couple on the bottom, and then that'll be it. I don't want to put too much because I don't want to overpower our rooster. So,
That's so cool. I love it.
yeah, colors do well together. So I'm just going to put like 3 on the bottom, 3 or 4 on the bottom. We just want enough to have a little splash of color in it.
Winner, rooster dinner. I love it.
That's a good one. I like that.
And our
Rudy.
tennis, yeah.
Clucky.
So great. We always say winner, chicken dinner when we win our tennis match.
Banner. Kibby.
All good ones. And as you see, I am not reopening to put these in. I'm just putting them right on top and just tying it in.
Fred the Rooster, and of course Foghorn.
And there's Roz. Hey, Roz. That's John's mom.
Hey, Roz. That's my mother-in-law, y'all. Everybody say hey to Roz.
Hey, Roz.
Hey, Roz.
Hey, Roz.
All right, let's see. Let's
cheer.
do one here. Okay. All right, I think we have enough red in. We don't want to put too much. So we'll put that back there. All right. So we see we have just a little splash in there. Helps tie all our stuff in. Now we can put our little guy in here. So he's metal, and he is too tough to use the beadsmith on. So he has one little hook here, so we'll definitely use that. The other thing you can do is you can put some wire right around his little legs. So I have some of the gold wire that you use with the Bodabra.
It's like a filament.
So it is.
Nice.
It's very thin. And so what I can do is just run it in between his legs. Make sure you can see. Tie it on. We use that as one point. Okay. Then we can take our pipe cleaner, run it through this middle piece. We can definitely use that. And then if we need anything else to tie it in, we can use our handy dandy zip tie cable mounts.
Now Rhonda, Rockabilly Rooster.
I like that.
I'm
I
liking
like that.
Rockabilly Rooster, Rhonda.
Really cute.
Awesome. So these are adhesive backed. You can get them at hardware stores. You can get them on Amazon. So it just has a little back piece that...
Like a 3M strip.
It's like a 3M strip. Now,
Cool.
if you're going to be putting this outside in the heat, you want to put some hot glue on it or some E6000, because if it gets really hot, this can lose its stick. So just be cautious of that.
We never want to lose our stick.
No,
No.
that would be bad. We would lose our rooster, and that would be very sad. So you can run a pipe cleaner right through it. You can also run a zip tie through it.
Rooster
then we
cod
have-
burn.
Oh, that's a good one.
Burn.
So see, you can't really see the gold right here. You just really can't see it because it blends so well. So now we have 3 points to tie him in. And that's what I like, 3 points. So I'm going to put him right in the middle of our little triangle we made with our red mesh. Like that. So we'll take this one at the top, and we'll see if we can reach the frame. Let's see. So I just push my mesh aside and see if I can reach the frame. It's a stretch. Okay. I'm just going to move my mesh around a little bit. Here we go. Alright, so I've got it right back here on the frame. I'll just pull it through enough to tie it down right there. Okay? And then we can just kind of readjust our ribbons. So around his head, I'll pull the ribbons out front like we did on the bottom. Then you can still see your ribbons, but it won't interfere with your rooster. Okay, let's see, where do we go? So we have one in the middle, and we have one right here. Now this one I know I can tie down to the frame. So just move your mesh aside, go right down to your frame, and tie it down. So, right back here. We'll just tie it down. Alright. So you see this one right here? It doesn't reach the frame. But what you can do is you can actually push it right through mesh. I don't do this very often, but sometimes you just have no choice. So you can just push it right through your mesh. We'll just leave this curl in the back and tie it off. So now, what you can do to hide all this stuff in the back, get yourself a placemat. I get these from the Dollar Tree, and you just take it and you zip it on there, and then it hides everything in the back, and you can't see all that mess.
Right, like if you have a glass door. I have a glass
door. Because a lot of people have
Yeah.
glass doors.
Yeah.
Okay, then you just want to come back around, make sure your rooster is seen, visible, that he's visible. Do your shake test, make sure it's on there, and that's it. We got ourselves a rooster. So did we decide on what name we like the best?
Here we go. This rooster, I think when you all do your own roosters, you choose your own names, but this one is Rockabilly Rooster.
Okay, so we're Rockabilly Rooster.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, so now, does anybody have any questions that they didn't get answered? And I'll hold this up so you can see it.
Doesn't that look great?
So there it is.
So cute.
See, and the ribbons that are around him, you just pull so you can see them like that. All right, so does anybody have any questions? Hey Cynthia, don't worry. It'll stay out here if you want to come back and watch it later. Rudy the Rooster. I like Rudy too. That's good. That's cute. Okay, let's see if I can get down here.
I want to thank my cousin Lori for allowing me to be part of the greatest social media event of my life. Kent State is out.
Fun. Yeah, thanks sis. That's great. Love you. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Up what I'm going to make about 3 days in advance, and I'm going to put it on my Instagram account. My Instagram account is Hardworking Lori. So if you want to see ahead of time and try to get some supplies, then make sure to go out and follow me on Instagram so you can see it. I cover the back. So what I do is on the back, I take something like a placemat and I just put it right over like this, and then I take a zip tie. Let's see if I can get one out here. I just run it right through my placemat like this, and I tie it on. I put it in about 5 spots like that. Seeing how it covers the back really nicely. See, and then from the front you can't see what's back there, and then if somebody has a door that is glass, they won't see the back of the wreath. It really helps it a lot. So let's talk about the drawing for a second. Okay, so the drawing is for the kit to do this wreath that we did last week. Okay, it will come with the little bunny, all the mesh, the little eggs, the ribbon. It will come with everything. And we're going to pick it on Wednesday, but right before we go live. So I will tell you on Wednesday on YouTube who won. So you haven't missed your chance, because we won't even look at the names until Wednesday. So you have up until Wednesday, which is, let's see, what's the date? So Wednesday the 7th. Wednesday, March 7th at 7:30, or let's say 7 o'clock. So Wednesday at 7 o'clock is the deadline. So as long as you put your name in before then. All you have to do is either put your name in on this video, on my page, on my Facebook page, or comment on this video or the bunny video on YouTube. Either one works fine. We'll get your name in. So that's what we're going to do for that. And it's to celebrate getting over 50,000 followers on Facebook. So very excited. Next, we're going to do the next video. We're going to do the ladybug. So make sure to go out and follow me on Instagram, and I will be posting all of the supplies that I'm going to use and tell you where to get them. So it gets really lost on Facebook, so it's just much easier for me to put it on Instagram. So if you have an Instagram account, go out and follow me, Hardworking Lori, and I will start putting my supplies up there. So it's just a little bit easier to find. So you know, you can always go to my site and you can see the photos I have, and it will have what we're going to be doing and the supplies, so on and so forth. Great. Do y'all like it? I didn't even ask you. Do you like it? I think it turned out really cute. Okay, well, I will see y'all on Wednesday. Make sure to put your name in so that you can make this cute little guy back here. And I will see you on Wednesday. I hope that y'all be able to join. Thank you for watching. You know that I just love it when y'all come and talk to me. It's so much fun. And it was a little fun having extra people tonight. And even though Bella got kind of put out. But she'll be back on Wednesday. So I will see y'all on Wednesday. Y'all have a great evening, and I will see you then. Okay? Bye-bye.